San Francisco, a city known for its beauty and progressive values, found itself facing a growing darkness in the early 2010s. The notorious street gang Mara Salvatrucha, or MS-13, had gained a foothold. They brought with them a wave of violence and fear that threatened to shatter the city's peace. MS-13, with its roots in Los Angeles and ties to Central America, was not just another street gang. They operated with a brutality and ruthlessness that shocked even seasoned law enforcement officers. Drug trafficking, extortion, and murder became commonplace in neighborhoods once considered safe. Families lived in terror, too afraid to speak out against the gang's reign of terror. The city was at a tipping point. The police seemed overwhelmed, and the citizens of San Francisco were desperate for a solution. Something had to be done to stop the bleeding, to reclaim their city from the grip of MS-13. In 2012, the FBI, in a decisive move, launched Operation Devil Horns, a large-scale operation aimed at dismantling MS-13's operations in San Francisco. This operation marked the beginning of a long and arduous battle to restore peace to the city by the Bay. Operation Devil Horns was not a random act. It was a calculated and strategic response to the growing threat of MS-13. The FBI recognized that traditional law enforcement tactics would not be enough to dismantle this sophisticated and brutal criminal enterprise. They needed a multi-pronged approach, one that combined intelligence gathering, undercover operations, and community outreach. At the heart of Operation Devil Horns was the FBI's Violent Gangs and Organized Crime Task Force, a specialized unit with experience in tackling complex criminal organizations. This task force was tasked with infiltrating MS-13, gathering evidence, and building a case that would cripple the gang's leadership and disrupt its operations. The task force worked tirelessly, often putting their lives on the line to bring an end to the reign of terror that had gripped San Francisco. The FBI's task force knew that to bring down MS-13, they needed to understand how it worked. They employed a range of sophisticated strategies and tactics. Undercover agents infiltrated the gang, gaining the trust of its members and gathering crucial intelligence about its operations, leadership structure, and financing. Wiretaps were deployed to intercept communications, providing valuable insights into the gang's criminal activities. Informants, often former gang members, provided critical information, risking their lives to help bring their former comrades to justice. The task force also focused on building relationships with community members, who were often too afraid to speak out against the gang for fear of retaliation. By gaining their trust, the FBI was able to gather valuable information about MS-13's activities and build stronger cases against its members. Section 4. Dismantling the network, key arrests, and international cooperation. Operation Devil Horns began to yield significant results. Through their painstaking work, the task force identified key leaders of MS-13 in San Francisco. They mapped out the gang's hierarchy, exposing its command structure and financial operations. This intelligence led to a series of high-profile arrests that sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld. One of the most significant aspects of Operation Devil Horns was its international scope. The FBI recognized that MS-13 was not just a local or even a national problem, it was a transnational criminal organization with deep roots in Central America. They worked closely with law enforcement agencies in El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala to target the gang's leadership and disrupt its operations across borders. Section 5. A Community United, the Role of Collaboration. Operation Devil Horns was not just a law enforcement operation, it was a community effort. The FBI recognized that they could not win this fight alone. They needed the support and cooperation of the very communities that had been terrorized by MS-13. The task force worked closely with community leaders, faith-based organizations, and social service providers to build trust and encourage residents to come forward with information. They also provided support and resources to help at-risk youth resist the allure of gang life. This collaboration between law enforcement and the community was crucial to the success of Operation Devil Horns. It sent a powerful message that the people of San Francisco were united in their stand against gang violence. Section 6. The Long Road Ahead, Lasting Impacts and Lessons Learned. Operation Devil Horns was a major victory in the fight against MS-13 in San Francisco. It resulted in numerous arrests and convictions, disrupting the gang's operations and bringing a measure of peace to the city's streets. However, the fight against gang violence is far from over. MS-13, like many criminal organizations, is resilient and adaptable. Despite the setbacks, they continue to pose a threat, both in San Francisco and across the country. Operation Devil Horns taught us valuable lessons about the importance of early intervention, community engagement, and international cooperation in tackling transnational criminal organizations. It also highlighted the courage and dedication of law enforcement officers and community members who put their lives on the line every day to keep our communities safe.